We begin with breaking news at 5 o'clock. The Saudi government finally admitting what happened to this journalist after he walked into a consulate in Turkey. Jamal Khashoggi, who was highly critical of the Saudi government, was killed, as many across the world have suspected for weeks. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Harvey.
I'm Jeff Michael. After weeks of international pressure, the Saudi government is finally confirming Khashoggi is dead. And tonight, the government says it can explain how he died.
Well, CBS2 political reporter Dave Bryan is here with the very latest developments in this.
This is a real credibility test, I think, for the Saudis. We'll see what the reaction is. This evening, the Saudi government is putting out its latest version of what happened to journalist Jamal Khashoggi, who lives in Virginia and was a contributor to the Washington Post before he was killed 2 weeks ago in a Saudi consulate. Piece by piece, the Saudi Arabian state TV is slowly putting out the government's version of Khashoggi's death. They say Khashoggi was killed by a chokehold after some kind of altercation inside the consulate where Khashoggi had gone to get marriage papers. State TV reports that 18 Saudi nationals have now been detained in connection with the investigation, and a senior advisor to Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, one of his top intelligence experts, has now been dismissed. As we watch security video here of Khashoggi walking into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey on October 2nd, it's important to point out that it's still unclear to the public about what happened to Khashoggi's body. Turkish officials have said he was dismembered inside the consulate, where 15 Saudi agents had converged after flying in to meet him. Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal told CNN this evening the story that Khashoggi was killed in a fight with agents makes no sense.
The Saudis very clearly seem to be buying time and buying cover. But this action raises more questions than it answers, and there's no way the world will wait for 30 days for a Saudi investigation to be done. There has to be an international investigation. The idea that there was some botched interrogation or rogue killers or a fist fight that's responsible for the absolutely gruesome, brutal death of this American journalist, even though he's not an American citizen, a resident of the United States, is absolutely unacceptable.
Now, CNN is reporting that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman will head the investigation into this case. Critics claim he was the one who may have ordered his intelligence team to detain Khashoggi in the first place. Now, President Trump has a rally this evening in Mesa, Arizona, and it will be interesting to see if he reacts to these late developments. Jeff, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. Breaking news now in southern Mexico. A caravan of about 4,000 migrants pushed through locked gates at the border with Guatemala late this afternoon, but then they were stopped by hundreds of Mexican police on a bridge over a river. The majority of the crowd is still stuck on that bridge. Many say they're seeking asylum from violence and corruption. President Trump, though, says a lot of them are criminals.
Many of those people, a percentage, fairly big percentage, of those people are criminals, and they want to come into our country, and they're criminals. And it's not happening on my watch. It's not going to happen.
Not knowing where the president got that information, the president is blaming Democrats, though, for the caravan. He also says if that caravan makes it to the U.S. border, he will deploy U.S. troops to stop it.
Today, USC got its first glimpse of what it will have to pay for the scandal involving a school gynecologist accused of sexually assaulting students. It announced a $215 million settlement, but for many, the issue may still be far from settled. CBS 2's Lisa Siegel is live at USC with more information. Lisa.
Absolutely, and you are right. This is a proposed federal class action lawsuit settlement. It does not address individual lawsuits, but it does talk about what happened here at USC's Student Health Center.
He took pictures of me where I was completely naked.
I couldn't believe it when I found out that the LAPD has boxes of photos.
He molested me. Made me feel less than.
These are just some of the women reliving the painful details of what they say they faced when they visited former USC gynecologist George Tyndall at the Student Health Center.
He's a predator.
But while these women are suing individually, for others, USC has proposed paying $250 million to settle a class action federal lawsuit. Former patients of Tyndall accusing the doctor of sexual misconduct, sexual assaults, and that USC knew and covered up complaints during Tyndall's 30 years at the university. Under the proposal, plaintiffs would each receive $2,500, but patients willing to provide more details about their experience could be eligible for up to $250,000. Attorney Steve Meister doesn't represent any of the women or USC, but says this is not a closed case.
The proposed settlement today between SC and the federal plaintiffs is only the federal side of the case. That's the class action side of the case. It has no impact at all on the state court individual plaintiffs, and it won't.
He also says more women will likely come forward as the doctor treated thousands of students. But in his experience, it's not about money, but justice.
No matter how little or how much money anyone gets, I'm sure everyone involved in the case would gladly give the money back if it meant that they hadn't been molested by their gynecologist when they were in college.
Now, Tyndall has denied any wrongdoing and USC denies any cover-up. But interim president Dr. Wanda Austin issued this statement. We hope that we can help our community move collectively towards reconciliation. I regret that any student ever felt uncomfortable, unsafe, or mistreated in any way as a result of the actions of a university employee. We continue to work every day to prevent all forms of misconduct on our campuses. And again, this is just a proposed settlement. It still needs to be approved by the courts. At USC, I'm Lisa Siegel, CBS2 News.
Lisa, thank you. It was another day to hold on to your hat. Look at the Santa Ana winds. They are back. Fast food flags are proof of that. Say that 3 times, by the way. It looked like palm trees were trying to hold on to their fronds today in Ontario. Along with the Santa Anas comes a red flag warning. The fire department, a lot of fire departments in fact, want everyone to be very careful because of the fire danger.
Fast food flags, fast food flags, fast food flags.
Yeah,
Show off. What can I say, Garth? What about you?
I'm
you
good.
put it out there.
Huh?
You're right.
Hey, we have a low grade. You know, it is a Santa Ana event, but it's a low grade Santa Ana event. I want to make sure we're clear about that. But Jeff, you guys are right. Pat, you two were just right about it still being very low humidity. That's why the red flag warning is still in effect. But it did warm everything up nicely. You can see right now, take a look at these winds as we continue offshore, except by the immediate coast. But inbound, 10, 12, 13 miles an hour, so it's nothing super strong. And then we're picking up some northwest winds and a little bit of onshore winds right by the beach area. So thus we have the red flag warning still in effect through tonight, 10 o'clock. This is the same one that was up and running yesterday. We'll see if it gets extended out tomorrow. We're still going to be offshore. It's going to be a warm day tomorrow. We'll talk about that. And if the Dodgers make it back to town by next weekend at the Ravine, it could be a hot weekend. We'll show you all that yet again coming up as well. That's in just a few minutes.
Well, let's talk about the Dodgers.
Why not?
I mean, one win away from the World Series. They hope to clinch it tonight in Milwaukee.
I'm wearing my blue.
I got that. Yeah.
I look like Peter Lorre? Okay.
We'll get to
let's
Jim.
get to
That's
Jim.
right.
He's our sports director, of course, and he is at Miller Park right now, where the first pitch will be thrown out later this hour. Hi, Jim.
Pat, thank you very much. It's a little windy outside Miller Park, but you can surely believe inside the park in just a few minutes, the action will be hot and heavy as the Dodgers lead the Milwaukee Brewers 3-2 in this best-of-7 series. And the Dodgers now have a chance to go back to the World Series for the second straight year. Now, the Dodgers know they want to take care of business right now tonight because they do not want to go to a 7th and deciding game on the road.
It's very clear to them that this is a very important game, must-win game. This is a game we want to win. And so that's our only focus today, and there's a lot of things going out there around our clubhouse, but our only intent is to do whatever we can to win tonight.
That last game is always the most difficult one to get, though.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we just tried to make less mistakes and play the game like we did the whole year, and we did in the playoffs. I mean, if our offense showed up like we do, we keep pitching the way we're pitching, I like our chances today.
And you could be on the mound when the last out is made and you clinch the whole thing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for, you know. Like I said, not taking any moments for granted, and, you know, here we are, try to clinch for another World Series, so we're looking forward to it.
And so we're all looking forward to having Kenley Jansen on the mound tonight a little bit later this evening, because if he's on the mound, that means the Dodgers have the lead, and that's what they want to do. They want to get this victory so they can go on to the World Series for the second year in a row. And, of course, all the highlights for you tonight on CBS2 and our sister station, KCAL 9. Reporting live now from the National League Championship Series in Milwaukee, I'm Jim Hill. Back to you in the studio now.
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, as we know, Kiki Hernandez dissed fans after Game 3 for not supporting the team, and they responded big time during Games 4 and 5. And look what happened.
All right, so how many Dodger fans have shown up in Milwaukee for Game 6? CBS 2's Dave Lopez, he has been live on the hunt outside Miller Park. Dave?
Well, we found some. We're inside the stadium where it's nice and cool. I took away my jacket and the numbness has got out of my hand. It is cold outside, but it is very comfortable, very pleasant inside the stadium. We can't show the field because of contractual. The ball game is going to start in less than an hour. But we did have a lot of Dodger fans out here, at least a lot when you stop and think how far they came. And we ran into a few of them just a few minutes ago outside in the cold. All the way from L.A., huh?
All the way from L.A. We thought it would be a little bit colder here.
This is Dodger weather, huh?
This is Dodger weather. We're going to come, win a game, go home. We're going to win one for the Dodgers and Tommy Lasorda.
This is Noelle, though. She's from Oxnard.
Yep.
Your folks didn't take you to Game 4.
They didn't,
and
no.
So to get even, you bought a ticket and come out here.
Yep, I bought a ticket to Game 6 because I'm a diehard Dodger fan.
And you're going to send them the bill.
I actually paid for it myself.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, you're a good
yeah, I'm a working college student. I mean, a lot of us are broke, but this was totally worth it. You know.
The drummers were drumming. I asked if they do that to stay warm in this cold weather, and they said no. They're just here to rev up the crowd. And it was 2.5 hours before game time, 45 minutes before the gates opened, and Dodger fans were here, ready to roll.
Yeah, flew out last night, midnight.
Okay. Yeah. And you don't feel any problems wearing a Dodger blue here?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Fans are great here, actually.
You're a Dodger fan.
Oh, yeah, Dodger fan.
Yeah, but you got the wrong hat on.
Yeah, but this is for bad luck. We're going to take it today. We're winning it today. It's over.
Is it dangerous to walk in like this here?
So far, no. Everyone's been really friendly.
And this young man who was blown in the wind isn't from Los Angeles, but he's a proud Dodger fan, he told me, all the way from upstate Wisconsin. You're a Dodger fan?
Yeah.
How come?
Because I just like the team and they're...
How about you? Are you a Dodger fan?
I like the Dodgers.
You like the Dodgers?
I
Okay.
do.
So
I
it's
do
okay.
like Kershaw.
And on this cold, blustery night, low 50s, expected to go into the mid-40s before the game is through, wind howling outside. It's a perfect time, right, to tailgate. This is tailgating weather no matter what.
Yes. This is tailgating in Wisconsin. Our crew, our October, baby.
And you guys are used to this?
Yeah,
we're okay. Yeah. It's not quite mittens weather yet. We'll get there, but we're all right.
I mean, you haven't seen any LA fans coming by with, have you?
We saw a Bellinger fellow earlier.
You just interviewed.
But that was
All right. Would you offer him a beer if he came by?
I would.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
You're friendly.
You bet. Oh, yeah, you
They
bet.
get the Coors, though. I get the Miller.
So as Vin Scully, we used to say, the good folks are here. They're pouring into the stadium, into the warm confines of the Milwaukee Stadium, Miller Park. Should be a dandy ball game. Reporting live from inside a warm Miller Park, I'm Dave Lopez, CBS2 News.
All right, thank you for that, Dave. Looked like the Santa Anas were blowing out there. Of course,
was
we know they're not
windy.
the Santa Anas, but
No,
it was, right?
windy, yeah.
Well, our next exciting story has to do with the lottery, of course. It's not Mega Millions anymore, no. It is Mega Billions.
And is it a bird?
There
Is it
are a
plane?
lot of people dreaming big here in Chino Hills. They are hoping that Lotto Lightning will strike twice in the same place.
Now, that's no bird or plane. No, that's baby Trump. Where this presidential parody was spotted soaring over Southern California.
And salads sold at Trader Joe's are being recalled over salmonella concerns. We will show you which ones are being taken off store shelves.